For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Hola bafethu, bongani bobomnisi bafethu, ngicela subscribe ku iDiskiTV.
Hola bafethu, this is Junior Kanye. Please subscribe to iDiskiTV.
iDiskiTV, powered by World Sports Betting, iDiskiTimes.co.za. It's Kaizer Chiefs 1, Supersport United 4. According to some stats, according to what I understand or what I've recorded, Ingati, I stand to be corrected. You can correct me. Also, the guys, corrected, they can double check. It seems like in Supersport, there's no team that has beaten the Supersport since the PSL era. Ugodlula is Supersport. I couldn't miss Kaizer Chiefs Ugodlula Supersport United. I stand to be corrected. Maybe they can check for me and double check and then say, okay, Shane, no, you are right, or Shane, no, you are wrong. But
it's difficult to. But I think maybe Mr. Nke will do.
Yeah,
that
he
you.
can. Yeah.
Okay.
But namhlanje FNB, we saw what happened. Supersport United walking out victorious against the Kaizer Chiefs. Outside stats, Kaizer Chiefs completed about 400 and something passes. Supersport United 200 and something passes.
Yeah.
But Gauchongi score is Supersport United who scored 4. Kaizer Chiefs only scored 1. Lindo, mandukubulisa mfowethu ungixela ukuthi ubone njalo umdlalo namhlanje.
Shakunjani Mr. Shane?
I'm good.
Ngibulisa Mr. Nke, ngibulisa chairman, technical director, ngibulisa Justa. Shane, congratulations to Kevin Hunt, congratulations to the Supersport United players, congratulations to Boya Benyatu Undlovu for getting a man of the match. For me, game plan well executed, clinical finishing as well. But you have to mention that Supersport United, in my opinion, for Vandag in the very long time, I think they definitely had a game plan coming to FNP Stadium. You're talking about the Kaizer Chiefs. That, in my opinion, most of those goals came from the left-hand side of their defense, Gufrosla. Maybe let's speak about the moments of the game first. The first goal comes from a secondary assist from Mabuye. Cross, finishes Unukovic. An identical goal happens again. A mistake from Cross. Mangazo Zamugenza lapha tinky pass. They win the ball. They play the very same pass. The identical goal finishes with Christian Silent. Unbelievable finish, in my opinion. Those finishes are very difficult, Shane. Lawa Kamoga from wide, one touch finish. I understand that, Shane. If you check Ipek Foyabo from a tactical structure, Shane, they had 4 players. Akate Bamile, Uniko Mobi Begamile on the right hand side, Opaliti Begamile on the left hand side as well, giving a responsibility to Saile on the left hand side, Uguta Chite. So they were cheating Kapanilunga on the right hand side, but cheating on Christian Saile. Right? And then they had Unukovic. Unukovic played a different role today. He was playing like an out and out striker. Between the two centre backs, he would peel off to the right to cause a threat. I think Kevin Hunt identified that Kaizer Chiefs defenders are too slow. He identified that Cross doesn't have pace to recover. He identified that Rifosla doesn't have pace to recover, as well as Lentuza, totally. But what surprised me the most was, as a coach, you don't react. And now I'm speaking about the coach Nabi. Sometimes you don't react by making a sub. Sometimes you react by making a tactical decision. In my opinion, Shane, from a defensive area, before we can speak about even Serino, Cross, or Umpulemodi, in my opinion, always more defending a 2 centre back. The one who's a hard tackler always has to stick in a striker. The one who's a ball player, it's basic knowledge. Umela sweep. But now they are giving the responsibility to Dutli. Miguel is the one that sweeps. And he's the one who aggressive. He's the one who understands the dark art. I felt like he could have dealt Nukovic better, but they gave that responsibility to Dutli. And Nukovic won all those balls. They ran behind him. They ran behind the Cross, which was a huge disadvantage. Another thing is they play Ucele, who had an exceptional game, in my opinion. But now, I think, in my opinion, Ucele would help them more as an 8, where he's free to receive, more especially in the build-up process and in the progressive line. Because you can see the game plan from both coaches, Shane. It's to build up, which is something that surprised me, Kevin. But also, it's the profile and the personnel of the players. I think having Ukos helps him to have 11 players when they have the ball. So very comfortable with the ball. But now they had a different number 6 today, which is Upochenpool, who is just close to me. I'm just waiting for him to complete the season with Supersport. Because for me, what I watched today from a technical perspective, passing range, understands his role very, very well. Agazfihli Shane. Uyavela lapha kuma center back collective baller. But now this is the thing. When in the build-up process, immediately when the ball gets into the progressive line, they don't play in that red zone, both teams, right? What they happen is that the ball must go wide. It's a passing pattern that each and every development coach, LFA coach, SAP coach, you can name it. We've done the training session, I always mention, where you feed the ball into the striker, one touch back, play it wide, bring in a hard and low. But now, pinpoint crossing from the fullbacks. You check that action, la usayila ngena khona eboxini afeed Divine uGapane Lunga afuna ukupunish uGapane. That was the game plan from Kevin Hunt. They find a lot of joy in wider channels. They found a lot of joy. But now, Shane, the problem what Kaizer Chiefs was the counter press, in my opinion. They were very terrible in terms of how they quickly recover the ball. Supersport Beiba pull very easy. An exceptional performance from Ulebu Mabue. It gives them a lot of balance there in midfield, which is something that you need. Ukpochen beka katimale abo, bapetu Ndlovu, bapetu Ulebu Mabue. What Ulebu Mabue, that's why I'm saying both those goals, those 2 goals come from Ulebu Mabue. With his counter press, they quickly win the ball. Half-in achieves, and he plays an unbelievable weighted pass to his wingers, which is something that was very important. The very same Ndlovu today. He won his duels into midfield, but the passing game was on. They played a lot of forward passes, in my opinion. Right? Umabue, Ndlovu, Upochenpula Katimaleab. But an exceptional performance from the wingers. They understood the assignment. I think Kevin Hunt would probably be very proud of Christian Saile, no Kapane Lunga, because they didn't have defensive responsibilities today a lot. Their biggest responsibility was to run behind the defense. Right? I understand that shit.
Yes, Lindo, ndiyafuna uvumelana nawe City coach Kevin Hunt had a solid plan namhlanje, because what you must remember that coming into this game, Supersport United had only scored more than 1 goal. Like game Cape Town Spurs Gwinnett Bank Cup. Otherwise, maybe scored 1 goal.
Yeah.
But namhlanje they scored 4, meaning that Ndiyangqinelana City he had a solid plan for umdlalo wanamhlanje. But what about the other games?
That's the
Lindo?
problem. That's the problem, Shane, now. Those are the questions that he has to answer. Because, in my opinion, you do have technical players. The defense was solid today. Understood the assignment. Don't build up a lot. Maybe 1 or 2 passes, progress the ball into midfield to Abantu Bakazu pass. In my opinion, he does have ball-playing midfielders. Now, but can we see this each and every single game? But now, so another thing, Shane, you can mention is we know these teams, sometimes when they play Chiefs, Sundowns, Pirates, they are selling these players to those clubs. So also these boys, I'm not only questioning Kevin Hunt now, I'm also questioning the application these boys, to say, what do you do when you play against lesser oppositions? What happened when you play against this Kukune? What happened when you play against Cape Town Spurs when you scored on the last minute? The application of the players should be very professional to a point where that they play every moment, every game, every minute. Exactly how they played today. The application even at Sundowns, I think the boy has always had an unbelievable work rate. He takes that work rate, he brings it in. Uboya Benyat is living proof that certain players cannot play at big clubs. You can see now less pressure, comfortable Umfana, gives his best, hardly loses the ball, plays with a lot of energy, box-to-box midfield. But in my opinion, they don't do this consistently enough, which is something that Kevin Hunt should be looking for. He's a coach that has won the league. I think if there's anyone who understands the consistency, is him. And more especially consistent performances. I think also he's been let down by some of the players that he brought in, right? That's why if you look at the squad in the second half of the season, it has changed, right, Shane? But now, in my opinion, I want to speak about the Kaizer Chiefs midfield.
Yeah.
They've got Umart, they've got Tuqele in that midfield. Umart complicates his into. He stretches the ball and then doesn't support the pass. Now you're playing with 3 different kinds. Shane, midfielders need to bring out the best. Even in a team, we need to learn to bring out the best in each other. If mina ngithanda chop ukulicabuza, sondele duzana uzolicabuza nami. Sondele duzana sizolicabuza song. So angeke ngikwazi that's why uCele you will never see the best of uCele ku Kaizer Chiefs because of the two ledlala phambi kwakhe. Even Umtu is a midfielder that wants to play on a second ball. Umtu meleza azotouch ibhola sometimes. Makakhala azotouch ibhola. Can I see more from I like the boy, Shane. I want the boy to do well. But for me, at times, I don't know whether it's a coaching instruction, but can you take responsibility? Go and watch Tito, pull out the clip. Go and watch Lucas Ribeiro. They do drop into that progressive line, receive the ball 10, and play a forward pass, support the pass, join in the box.
I'm sorry, go cut. I'm gonna ask you the same question when you we have Uqele who is showing it week in, week out. He is proving he is a great quality. When for you, Lindo Pep, partnership na bani na Uqele phakathi midfield the Kaizer Chiefs. Because as you just said, you haven't seen the best of Uthabo Uqele, and you believe ukuthi this boy can still give the Kaizer Chiefs more. But partnership na bani phakathi midfield the Kaizer Chiefs.
Simple football at its best. Uqele. For me, I know that Sundowns is not going to sell them this player. But they get Umbule, in my opinion. They bring in Umbule next to Uqele. If not Umbule, I know that the boy, I still need to see more. The boy comes from Ichipa United, but he really looks good in my eye. Upochenpool. He really looks good. More special, because Chiefs, for me, they don't really need an 8, because now they do have a profile of an 8. I think Given this boy with more games, with more performances, I think he'll be any brilliant. Because Shane, there's first thing you need to understand, he always avails himself.
Sure.
Controls the game. Doesn't rush. Gives Kaizer Chiefs the stability that they need in terms of control in midfield. The passing game Gamfana is on point. Yes, maybe I passing range because maybe the wingers was feeling a defender or Ulilepo like today, because slightly too much line in. So because Makile, even though Marta was stretcher, it was a little bit difficult. So for me, they bring in a 6 who's going to come in there and help. Even if they can bring in Unduli from Stellenbosch, he's another one they can profile. He's a seasoned player. How many seasons? Because with Kaizer Chiefs, it's very important for them to bring in players that have played 3 seasons, right, in the Betway Premiership. Seasoned players. And then invest in the young one, also figure, Ailungi, getting a second half, just to balance the squad. But in my opinion, they do have a foundation. I like the boy Dutli at the back. He can improve his primary job, which is 1v1 defending, an exceptional goal line clearance there. They need to sign a goalkeeper, Shane. They genuinely need to sign a goalkeeper. They need a goalkeeper. They do have Utabo Tele. They do have Ulilepo. They can use him as a striker. They can use him as a winger. They can use him off the bench. He's a good squad player. But there are players they can invest in that squad. For me, I'm not worried much about the performance of Kaizer Chiefs. Because like we say, even when they win, we always say to people, focus on the performance. Focus on the tactical structure and the tactical culture of the team. Right? Because results at this moment for this team is not the most important thing. They have to get certain things right there. The strategies that they need to fix. In my opinion, for the first time in a very long time, I think they made the right decision by bringing in Ulilepo. I think they made the right decision by bringing in Ucel. Can they continue investing and bringing in the right players into the team so that they can beef up that squad? Because for now, in my opinion, they must take that loss. They should take that loss because their game has been inconsistent the whole season. It doesn't start today. It doesn't start. They have been inconsistent. But now, there's big decisions that need to be made. In my opinion, the coach should not break a confidence alama player. He should stop being a coach that reacts by substituting players. He can also react by changing a personnel or a tactical structure. Upule Modi, yes, I understand. It was against Orlando Pirates. I forgot the other game that he played where he missed big chances. I think it was against Amazulu. I think it's today again. Someone needs to talk to the boy because the boy does everything right, in my opinion, Shakes. In terms of winning his 1v1 duels, the final product is letting the boy down. But I think it's not even that. I think it's a matter of quality. I think it's a matter of quality. Something that is Shoshin. Maybe some players are good for other teams. Because with these 3 teams, there's so much pressure. And pressure to perform week in, week out.
In 20 seconds,
Yeah.
We saw, I will say it was an unnecessary red card for Augustin Serino. And you must remember their next game, they were supposed to play on Friday against Royal AM, but we know there's that saga, so that game will not play. So now Kaizer Chiefs' next game is against Mamelodi Sundowns in the first Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. Izamkhumbula kanjani kangakanani na iKaizer Chiefs izamdinga kangakanani iKaizer Chiefs Augustin Serino going into that game? 20 seconds.
Yeah, Shane, it's important to mention that Augustin is a good player. Maybe probably they are very good player with Kaizer Chiefs, but that was undermining. The first yellow card is undermining the ref, in my opinion. The second yellow card, unnecessary. You can't be fighting for the ball. I understand it's a foul, foul. They're going to miss him. He's the one that has a goal. He's got a goal. He's got an assist. He's got a big game temperament. But for me, maybe this might be good for Chiefs because even against the Sundowns, you might be doing the very same thing. I think someone needs to talk to Gaston Utakame down. But in my opinion, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you, Shane, because even I don't expect him to do anything against the Sundowns, to be honest. I think for me, they just have to consolidate and try and get a draw in the game.
Thank you so much, Lindo. That's why they have to consolidate and just look for it.
Yeah, just play for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's Kaizer Chiefs 1, Supersport United 4 FNB Stadium. Thank you so much for watching iDiski TV.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami Lindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiski TV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Villagazi, they call me so. Niazi bafowethu, I'm a coach for life. They are back in winning ways. Please, subscribe to iDiski TV.